you rather rent your apartment or house and have this on your wrist, 50,000 on your wrist, or would you rather use those 50,000 and buy a $500,000 house with 3.5%? You could
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not understand.
Hello, people. Welcome back to episode 6 of Talking Smack with all these bastards here.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So today we are recording in Melvin H. Joyeria. Make sure you visit us online. Look, that's probably a customer walking in right now.
It is a customer.
So click, open the door. MelvinHJoyeria.com online. We are in 62 West 47th Street in the New York City Diamond District on the 4th floor, Suite 402. We do finance. So you can take your jewelry with you today with $0 in your pocket. We have a customer walking in. And how are you?
Hello.
What's up? You called us in the middle of recording, but walk on in and we'll stop this right now. Let's go.
Or just sit down and...
Or you want to be in our podcast?
Not today.
All right, we'll be right back. We are back. We back, right?
Yeah, we
Customer already did his thing.
Let's start with the question from last week, which if you watch the videos, you'll be up to date with this.
Okay.
Gold. What's the difference of 10, 14, 18 karat gold, 24 karat?
24 karat is 100% gold. Well, it's not 100%. It's 99.99% pure gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then 18 karat is 75% gold. And then 14 karat is 58.5% pure gold. And then 10 karat is 41.7% pure gold. And then the rest is used, like other metals are used to make it 14, 10, 18 karat, 22 karat.
And that's also how they make the colors too, using different
Yes,
metals.
so using different metals is where they make the color. I'm not sure if for rose they use copper.
Yeah.
Something
I
like
believe
that.
so, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how that is. And there's other ways of putting the gold different colors. Probably not the mix, but I know that there's ways to dip the gold. Like if you want to have like a green ring or blue or stuff like that. Yeah. What's up? What's next? That one was easy.
I'm just asking these questions for the viewers. All right. Next question would be, why in the jewelry business, how did we end up using, let's say, grams instead of pounds or anything like that?
Because gold is heavy, so we got to go to the...
Well, pounds are a heavier measurement, like they're bigger.
Yeah, but
numbers.
a 1 pound of gold is a lot of money.
Yeah.
So you got to go as low as possible in the spectrum. So we use troy ounce when it has to do with a lot, and kilos. We don't use pounds.
And what is troy ounce?
A troy ounce is 31.1 grams. One
Right.
is in one troy ounce there's 31.1 grams.
All right. And then kilos just
I think it's
saying 1,000.
in 1 kilo I'm going to be wrong with this, but I believe it's 29.3 kilos ounces in 1 kilo.
Okay,
like
the
that.
troy ounce. So
Yeah.
you're trying to convert it there.
Mhm.
But I understand the kilo means 1,000, so it's
Yeah,
1,000
1,000
grams.
grams. Yep, a kilo is 1,000 grams.
All right.
And a kilo of solid pure gold goes for about $65,000 today. Gold is very high. It's actually more. It's constantly increasing.
And how about that? The market right now. How is it going with like gold and with other precious like stones? and
Yeah,
things like that?
actually, how did the pandemic affect the jewelry business?
Oh, it blossomed during the pandemic. There was a lot of free money out there. So we
I think business
we were
in general.
before during the pandemic we were in a very small room, which was like 20% of what this room is, and we used to have lines out the door, people buying gold. That was the free money, and then it started coming down, and now business is regular.
Yeah, but I think that's also for pretty much all entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, there was just too much money going around.
Some industries
Yes.
were hit harder than others. Like I
Yeah.
would not want to be in the travel industry during that time.
Well, then again, they came
Or
back, but it was mainly the leisure clients. It's not the business
the
clients,
business
which is where they make their money.
Now they're back.
Yeah.
They're
You-
back to normal. Precious metals. I mean, precious stones. You was asking me about
Yeah. So speaking on precious stones, like let's say diamonds, rubies, different types of stones.
diamonds, rubies. Well, I mainly deal with natural diamonds. I've made custom pieces with rubies. I don't like stock them, so my diamond pieces I do. I use natural diamonds. Now it's becoming like a fab, or I don't know. It's because people want big things at less price, but lab diamonds are becoming a thing. That's something that when I started in the business was looked down upon, but it's being marketed even by like the top major retailers in the United States.
Well, at the end of the day, it is diamond.
It's a diamond. It's just not a. It's just it wasn't a
The
mine
earth
diamond.
didn't
Yeah, you
make
made they
it.
made it in a lab,
Yeah.
and that's the main difference. Which when it has to do with an engagement ring, I don't look at it as something bad because you're gonna buy, let's say, a 2 carat lab diamond. You're gonna buy it, let's say, $2,000-3,000, right? But if you buy the same stone natural, you're talking about $30,000, depending on the cut, clarity, and all that. It all depends. So it's a big,
There's a
big difference. So then, let's say something happens tomorrow between you in your relationship, and you want to sell the ring. On a lab diamond, you paid so little, you're gonna get something back, which is very minimal. It doesn't matter. But let's say you buy a $30,000 stone, you go sell it tomorrow, and you're gonna get $12,000 to $18,000. You lost a lot more
You're
than just buying a
losing
lab
40,
diamond.
50%.
Yeah, than just buying a lab diamond.
And
It's a diamond. It's hard.
And how
same
is that
hardness.
affecting the diamond industry?
The way that's actually affecting the diamond industry is that natural stones have gone down in price.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things
Because
saying that
people
they're
are okay
plummeting.
to lean
Oh, because
towards
there's too much in circulation.
Nah, people.
No, people are okay with paying for lab diamonds. I mean, I've done in the past month. I think we've done like one natural and like 4 or 5 lab rings. So
There's
people
still
are
that
okay.
clientele that still wants natural, but
yeah,
now you're getting people who are more educated and want.
yeah.
They're like, if it's the same thing, why not?
Or
Save
they
the
or,
money.
or they'll look
Or
at
do
a
something bigger.
SI1 stone, and then they'll look at a VVS stone. The VVS stone is 5 carats, and then the SI stone is all has a whole bunch of inclusions, and it looks ugly, cloudy. That stone costs, and that stone is like a carat, and it costs more than the natural diamond. That is like 5 carat. Then the lab diamond that's like 5 carats, big, nice, clean,
Nothing
sparkle.
wrong.
Yeah,
And
it was
Let's
grown
talk-
in a lab though.
let's also talk about that SI, VVS, VS, all of that. What does that mean?
I have a very big Spanish clientele where artists have put into people's head where the word VVS.
Oh no, but that's everywhere. Even
Yeah, but that's
even
what I'm
down
saying.
there in Florida.
No. Yeah, I know it's everywhere, but what I'm trying to say is that let me finish, and then and then you'll know exactly what I'm trying to say. Is the word diamond for them is VVS, and that's a clarity, right? So you can't come and say, "Oh, that's VVS." No, it's a diamond. The clarity, it's this, and that. But for them, it's VVS. It's a stone. So it's not. It's a diamond. What kind of stone you want? A diamond, right? There's different cuts. There's different cuts. There's different clarities. We talk about clarities. Clarity is the VVS. So you have I clarity stones, and then it goes up in 3 tiers, which is I1, I2, I3. Then from I it goes up to SI. Then you got SI, SI1, SI2, SI3. I stands for included, like with inclusions.
Meaning imperfections.
Yes. SI means slightly included.
Slightly imperfected.
Yes. And then from that tier, then you got VS, which is very slightly included. I think it is. It's this actually
The term?
yeah, and then you got VS1, VS2, VS3. Or I think it's VS1, VS2. I gotta look at the chart. Then after that goes the VVS,
Mm-hmm.
which is very, very slightly included, something like that.
Yeah.
And you got VS1, VS2, and I think I'm sorry, VVS1, VVS2, and I think VVS3.
So
I'm not
out of
sure.
those three, what's the
With the three.
top? Like you
But
can't
wait, let
get
me
it.
finish.
I'm sorry.
Then after the VVS, you have the IF, which is internally flawless. So it's a completely clean stone, and that's like super expensive because they're very rare to come by, just like a colored
So
diamond,
that's like
like a pink
what
stone diamond,
the
fancy pink.
British Royals would use, something like that.
I don't know, maybe,
British Royals.
maybe they got that kind of money. they got the kind of fancy pink 20 carat stone.
Yeah. $20 million.
Yeah. Even though we're talking
Diamond.
about stones, I'm not really big in the stone thing. Like we could talk a lot about like my major market is gold and watches. I do.
We'll touch
yeah.
on watches mainly
I
later
do a
on.
lot of golden watches. We do sell diamond stones,
Custom pieces. Anyway.
custom pieces, all of that. Yeah. And as far as custom pieces,
What's your best seller?
my bestseller, I say a Rolex Datejust and solid Miami Cuban chains.
O'Neal, what would you say?
Solid Miami Cuban chains. And when it comes to watches, the same thing. Basically, just
Mm-hmm.
That's the
that's
market.
that's
Yeah,
that's our
our
market.
Mm-hmm. Everyone got their own niche.
Solid
That's our niche.
Miami Cubans.
And before we pivot away from stones, how about the cuts? Can you explain the cuts to the people?
So you have how many different types of cuts? You got the cuts as far. So for example, there's shapes and there's cuts. The cuts you I don't know if you're trying to ask me about shapes or the actual cut.
Both.
Because there's the as far as the cuts, the ones that I usually sell is always excellent or brilliant cut, and that's just as the phases, how many phases, like I forgot the name of it, faucet, whatever it is. And that's like the cuts on the edges, and it's gonna make the light reflect so it can shine and sparkle. So that's brilliant and excellent are the ones that I use. And then as far as shape, there's tons of shapes. There's the most common one, which is
Round.
the round. Then you have pear shaped, heart shaped.
It's like oval.
You have oval. You have baguette. What's the other one?
You have
You have
emerald.
radiant, emerald.
Mhm.
There's a whole bunch of cuts that you can choose, and you can always customize your ring, like with a halo, this, that, a whole bunch of things.
What's the
And you
most
can-
expensive cut? And actually, no. The most
not
expensive
the,
shape.
The cut is brilliant. The
Oh,
most
actually-
expensive shape, I could tell you the cheapest shape is the round, but it just depends on the
Okay.
availability on the other stones and what you're trying to do.
When you
Because if you're gonna get two matching stones, let's say you're gonna get two ear studs,
Mhm.
then it's gonna be more expensive because they're two matching stones, and that's very hard to get.
To get what manufactured?
To
Like,
get two
actual-
matching stones with the same color, same cut, same clarity.
Got it. Of course, yeah.
also talking about the shapes, I know that the baguettes kind of blew up when you first started in the industry, like right before then.
No, it's probably
It
a lot
wasn't.
after.
Mm.
Yeah, because that's when a little bit after I started is when we started seeing like the chains with the baguettes in the middle.
Correct. That's why
Yeah.
I'm saying it. So it's like I know that before then the baguettes in price weren't. Like
But everything is
shot
a
up in-
trend, and yeah, like for example, before the baguettes were a trend, they were like cheap stones that nobody actually wanted because the cut is not that nice of a cut. Like for example, if you compare, if they're small, you're not gonna see the big difference. But the cut of a baguette and an emerald is like so different. The emerald is a lot nicer. And then as far as talking about trends, after the baguettes, then the emerald cut chains came in, which that's super expensive. Emerald, then. What else have I seen on things? I've never done like multicolored chains, but I've seen that as well. I've done multicolored watches. That's nice.
All right.
And then with colored stones, you could go. So it could be natural or it could be synthetic.
Speaking on trends, there's not a very big trend right now. Actually, if you think about it, not
Because
like
the
how
economy is not booming.
let's give it next year. Let's see how things turn around
Yeah.
if they do. And all right, so moving forward from stones, let's go into watches. What's I know you said your best-selling watches are Rolex Datejust. Um, what what brands do you specifically target in watches?
We sell our main brand that turns the fastest for us, for everyone who's a watch dealer, is Rolex. We also source. We always have Rolexes in stock. APs, when we post it, jump on it fast because they go fast. Because we post it at a very good price. But the main brands that I carry and source and everything is Rolex, AP, Patek, Hublot. Even though a lot of you guys talk a lot of smack about Hublot. What other brand?
Cartier.
Cartier.
Cartier. I always have
um,
Cartiers in stock. If you're looking for any other watch brand, we also can source it. If you need
Yes.
an Omega, damn, nothing's coming
We
to
do
my
just
head
about
right now.
everything, bro.
But
to be
yeah,
honest.
any luxury watch
Mhm.
we thing, and we service and all that.
And as you can see, they're all behind right there. So
Yeah. Actually, that's our date just things. You have all sizes there. What's the next question? I have a question for O'Neal.
What's up?
What's your favorite watch?
My favorite watch?
Stop looking back there because they don't have to be there.
It doesn't, but I don't know why. But I like the ruby, bro. To be honest,
The all gold or the two tone?
the two tone. I don't know. I
The
think I'm more of like
two-tone.
a two tone guy.
The all gold is heavy, right?
Oh, I actually have a question
this.
right off of that. The numbers on the watches, how are they broken down? Like, how do you know what watch is a specific number? What's the tell on the numbers? Like, do they split it up?
Um,
You
the
talking about
first
like the
two
model
numbers-
number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the first two numbers, it means this.
Yeah.
The next two this.
Yeah, that's how it is.
That's
So-
exactly how it is. But you caught me off guard, so I can't tell you exactly how it works. But the one signifies some, like the first there's 6 numbers in a model, and before the 6-digit models, it was 5-digit models and then 4-digit models.
Mhm.
But like for example, a Datejust is a 126
Or
333 332. And then the first 3 numbers, the 116 is the older one, the Datejust 2, and then the Datejust 41 is a 126, right? And then the 4th number, which this one I remember, is, so if you're gonna have a 36 millimeter Datejust, the 4th number is gonna be 2, and if it's a 41, then the first number is gonna be 3. Then the bezel also is a different thing. Then the dial is a different. So all of that, though, every number has something to do. But I can't answer
So
that
that's
exactly
why,
how you want to.
That's why you see that, bro. There could be 2 exact watches and the numbers are completely different.
Yeah.
That happens a lot with presidentials.
Especially with the dials.
With
Well,
presidentials,
that
happens
can
a lot.
also that's also a tell. Let's say if you want to know if your watch was tampered with or if this is completely
Correct.
original.
Mhm.
Correct.
Because if they change, let's say like the face or the
Yeah.
dial or something like that,
And
the
that's-
numbers
that
can be able
happens.
to tell.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But usually, a lot of people criticize the changing the dial, the bezel, the this, the that. But there's a big customer base that wants to
Mhm.
alter their watch. They want their original parts, you know. So that way, when they want to put the original bezel or the original dial on it, but they want to bling it out somehow. Some people
They
don't
wanna
want to
use-
ice it out.
They want to use.
They
the
don't want to
watch.
ice it out. They want to have their watch where they can have it with a nice dial and bezel that is aftermarket, and then they could put it back to what it is if they ever going to get rid of it, so they don't lose value.
All right, and then also speaking on the links, because this is one thing where I know that you see a lot of watches that are always missing links, this and that. Do you know how many links a specific watch is supposed to have? And let's
Yeah.
say if it like it's a Jubilee band or something.
Yeah, you caught me off guard again because I have that written down because that does happen. Like we are in. So the way we source watches is you buy a watch from Rolex and then you come and you bring it to me and you get market value for it, which most of the time you're gonna make money. And not all the time you're gonna sell it to me new. And Rolex doesn't let you leave the store with your watch fully linked. They take the watch, they take the
They
links
size
off,
it for you.
they size it for you, and then you use the watch for 2 years, and then in 2 years from now you come bring it to me. You lost the watch, the box. I mean, you lost the links, the box, and the papers.
Mm-hmm.
And
So,
there it's
yeah,
worth
that's it.
considerably
So
less.
Yeah, it's not that much, but yeah, it's worth less. And that's why there's always watches with missing links in the secondary market. Links are very expensive. You can always buy them too. We sell links, so
All right, and
to consider a
The-
watch a full set, like a complete watch, it has to have box, papers, tags,
receipt,
Everything.
everything.
not receipt, but tag. It comes with two like tags.
Yeah,
I'll
the
show you.
green and
I'll show you. We'll
thing.
pull one out and I'll show you.
I'm
a tag.
pretty
It has
sure
two
I've seen it
tags, yeah.
before. That's more for
The
like
book,
the viewers, I
the
guess.
booklet, and all that. Yeah. And then I really don't understand what's the whole fuss about box and papers.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're buying a watch. You're not buying box and papers.
They want it for the resale, I guess, afterwards.
But the thing is that where you're supposed to get your deal is when you're buying, not when you're selling. So you got to make sure you're buying at a correct price, even if it has papers or not. Right? So that way, when you're selling, you don't have to worry about, oh man, this happened. It's an adjustable market. It can go up and down. But if you buy right, you're never going to lose a lot of money.
It's
Because you can't go ahead and buy a watch. Like, it happens every week, and I see it every week. I have a watch for $17,000. They go and they pay $19,500. You're already down $2,500.
Mm-hmm.
because nobody's gonna give you.
Yes. You get what I'm saying? You're already down that. So just do your homework when you're buying. Your watch doesn't have to be complete because it's a Rolex or it's an AP or it's a thing. Usually, APs and Patek, not APs, but for Patek Philippe's, I do fuss for the card and papers, the papers in the box, because there's a lot of cases out there of stolen watches, and I have to watch my back, and I got to make sure I have the complete set so that doesn't come back and bite my ass.
And also feel like those Pateks, I know that the presentation, like the box and everything,
Yeah, it's very nice.
is another
Very.
level.
Yeah.
Um,
But you
My-
haven't seen nice big boxes from Rolex? I have a nice one. You want to
no,
see one?
I haven't. I guess we'll show it. You show it to me later. But
I'll go get it right now. Cause now I don't like how you talking crap about Rolex.
I'm not talking crap.
Yeah.
I have a question actually. The bands, the different bands, the names and how they look. Give or take a
Jubilee,
good-
Oyster.
I gotta get up because I have some back there. I could show you.
All right, then get up.
Nah, but no,
Nah,
just stay there. But tell them which bands and what goes on what.
So there's two-tone stainless steel and there's fully 18 karat.
Yeah, but those are the metals.
And
we're
those are
talking
the
about.
metals. The band is the Jubilee band, Oyster band, and then the presidential one. The one that goes on the presidentials, which is the day dates.
Yeah.
Which those look
So-
like Jubilees, but they're not Jubilees.
Yeah, and a lot of people
Okay, I didn't know that.
a lot of people call
Mhm.
those watches presidentials because of the presidential band,
Mhm.
and the model name is a day date
Mm-hmm.
I
with a
thought-
presidential band.
I
'cause-
thought they called it presidential was because of a lot of like big.
no, it's
You
just
know.
I don't know why, but I know the band is a presidential band. That's what it's
Mhm.
called.
Okay.
And usually
you
that
know.
band only
Mm.
comes on the day date.
Yeah.
I've never seen it on any other model. I've seen it on the ladies. I actually have one right here. I've seen it on a ladies 26 millimeter and 24 millimeter date just and date a presidential band. And I have one right here. I can show you guys later. But that band presidential is always on gold watches. Even if you see it white, it's because it's a white gold watch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the Oyster, which is on every model, but the men's size day date, to my understanding, right? Because there's 36 millimeter day dates with Oyster bands.
Okay.
And then you have the Jubilee, which is my favorite, and I think released in 2016 on the 41 millimeter Datejust.
Datejust, yeah, I believe so.
2016, 2012, something like that. So it's something fire, nice to me. And that's my favorite band, even though it's I don't like it on my favorite watch.
So there's only about like 3 different bands.
Rolex carries 3 different bands. Yes,
3,
they
okay.
enter.
Oh.
Some models have 2 bands. And lately, actually talking about bands, the Sky Dweller, which is my favorite watch, I like it on an Oyster. And it's not that it's my favorite because I have more watches
Yeah, I
that I
was
like
gonna
more.
ask
It
you.
just has the most complex movement Rolex has done, and it's nice to me the way the way you could change the date and all that. Like its
Yeah,
its functions
different,
are
bro.
on the bezel,
Mm-hmm.
and then
You
the
turn
crown.
it, yeah.
Um,
Now,
right.
since you
that
asked
one
me,
comes with Jubilee as well. Yeah, what's up?
what's your favorite watch?
Damn.
I think you're gonna have to pull out the showcase on
My
it.
favorite
No, I don't think you
watch.
guys just watched it.
No, it's just to show.
I have
Only.
one of my favorite. I like subs. The stainless steel sub I like, but that's not my favorite watch. My favorite watch is the all gold blue dial Submariner. I have a black dial one here, but that's my favorite watch. As far as me being a jeweler and buying and selling and flipping watches and all that, I really don't like the watch in as far as like business wise because it's been too crazy of a roller coaster ride with whoever has invested in that watch because literally 8 months ago the watch was like $57,000, 55. Today I could get you a brand new one for like 37.
Well, that's not only with that market. There's a lot of markets like that.
Yeah.
You're talking about
And it's mainly all gold watches that
anything
happens to.
that's like an investment, like let's say stocks, home prices. Sometimes it's more stable, but those things they do fluctuate.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's just normal.
just like gold.
Yeah.
It's on the rise.
Can you pull out the showcase?
No.
So we could show the people the different bands and everything.
Oh,
They could come by.
Just
I'll,
check
I'll
it out.
pull out like
bring me
one or
Just
two.
one of the.
just bring that one.
We'll be back in 2 seconds.
Let me show you the same watch actually right here. So these two are 36 millimeter. They're not the same watch because of 2 different things. This one has a bezel. This one has a white dial. This one has a diamond dial. So it's not the same exact watch. This is what you call a Jubilee band.
The one actually has a
I don't
hidden
think you can
clasp
see it
on
from
it.
there. And
I
then
can. Show
this
them.
is what you
Uh-huh.
call
Oyster.
oyster band. There you go. Bring it up to the camera.
So this first one is a Jubilee, and then I'm going to show you the Oyster.
Yeah, that's the Jubilee one.
And then that's
And
the
then-
oyster.
And those 2 bands are made out of stainless steel.
All
Yeah.
stainless steel, yes. But
Okay.
but usually when you see fluted bezels, which is the bezels with the lines like
Mhm.
this one, even if it's a full stainless steel watch, the bezel is
gold.
18 karat gold.
Mhm.
So put that back,
And
and then
Another thing I wanted to point out is also the clasp.
Yeah.
When to close on your
But
wrist is completely
This
different.
one
than
also
gold.
can come with that.
yeah. So
With
the
that.
newer model of the 36 with the hidden clasp comes with a buckle like this now.
Okay.
So this one is probably like 2016 to 2012 to like 2019, and then from there they released the other one. Don't quote me on the exact years, but yeah, something like that. And I want to let you guys know show you guys what's the difference of that stainless steel. Actually, let me get this. So here we have 3 watches, not modified whatsoever, and 3 different colors. So we have yellow gold 2-tone. It's stainless steel with 18 karat gold. The Jubilee band has 18 karat gold in the middle, 18 karat gold crown, 18 karat gold bezel. And then this one's fully stainless steel, the stainless steel model. And then it has a Jubilee diamond dial. That's the name of the dial. And then it has 18 karat gold bezel. Same thing goes here, 18 karat gold bezel, 2-tone in the middle, rose gold. Let me show you guys in the camera up close. There you guys see what that is.
And
And-
something like that, how much would that be? How much would that run somebody?
Those watches run about $9,000 to $11,000 approximately.
This is the watch you said.
Yeah,
is your favorite
this
watch.
is the watch I said is my favorite watch, but the black one, but the blue one, just like this, but with a blue dial and a blue bezel.
Look, Justly,
And
that's
then
the tag that we
This
were
is
talking about.
one of the tags I'm talking about because it's two of them.
Mhm.
There's nothing else new.
That watch is very heavy.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it's all 18 karat gold. The
Mhm.
metal on this one, and this has an oyster band. I'm gonna show you guys two gold watches, yellow gold. One is gonna be a day date, 40 millimeter, because the 41 millimeter was discontinued in 2016. That's just facts I'm throwing out there. And I'm gonna show you. This is a day date on a presidential band. And then this is a Submariner all gold. They're both heavy watches because the precious metal that's used here is 18 karat gold. Here, show those. Yeah, you're the guy showing the watches.
The watches, yeah.
That's the sub.
Yeah, all gold.
18
give me
karat
the sub
yellow
back.
gold.
So I could put it on.
And then
presidential.
That one's in yellow
Presidential
gold. We also
band.
have a
Day date.
presidential band day date in rose gold with a white dial. Sorry for the plastic. That's the rose gold one. There's one thing I want to talk about when people call me for prices for watches. So
Oh,
people
yeah,
call
look,
me
this is- look,
for a
Justin.
price. Oh, look, that one has both tags. So people call me. That's a root beer. That's the one you said. He
Yeah.
said, "Look, this is the one O'Neill said is his favorite." People call me.
You're gonna make me get up again?
No,
Nah,
you
you
don't
don't
need
have
to
to
get
show it.
So people call me asking me for such and such watch that they want and how much. Or they'll call me. They'll be like, "How much you could give me for this watch?" And me asking them for a reference photo is like me mentioning their mom. The reason why I want to bring this out and point it out is because you can have the same watch in 4, 5, 10, 20 different variations, and the price is going to be completely different.
For each watch.
So this watch is approximately $43,000 today. It's a day date rose gold with a white dial, right?
Mhm.
So you can't call me and tell me I want a Rolex day date rose gold, right? Because you can go. It could be 41, which is the one that you're looking at, but I'm trying to talk to you about a 40, which is the old one, right? It can be the same one, but with a different colored dial. So this same watch, if it would have had an olive green dial, is about 48,000, 50,000. And that same watch
Wow.
a year ago, about a year ago, was $100,000. So every single little variation counts a lot. This watch, I think it's about, if it would have had a regular white stick dial, this has a mother of pearl diamond dial. I think today is like 27,000, but if it would have had a stick dial, we're talking about 21,000 maybe, because it's a newer one. So all of that has a lot to do with it.
these
And send me the
presidentials, bro.
pictures. Don't be upset at me for asking for the pictures.
Bro, these presidentials is crazy because they could really be two. It looks exactly the same, and one will cost $10,000. And I'm like,
Even more
It's a
sometimes.
very big market, basically.
Now-
watch market.
This is not even a date or a date just. This is an OP, Oyster Perpetual, older model, 24 millimeters. And this one has a presidential band. But I've only seen this in different watches that are not day dates in smaller models.
And last question, because we do have to head out. Happy holidays, because
Oh, yeah. Merry
Today-
Christmas. Today's
Yes.
Christmas Eve.
yeah, today's Christmas Eve. Happy holidays. You're gonna watch this right before the Friday before New Year's. So
Oh,
Hope you-
Happy New Year's as
Yeah.
well. Then.
hope you guys have a good time. But last question. watches. There's a lot of people who do like icing it out. A lot of people say it's stupid. To each his own, really, at the end of the day. But what do you think on that?
If you got it, you buy it, and you want an iced out watch, you buy it. But don't buy it as an investment or don't buy it as a watch. Oh, this is just so I could keep it for my kids,
And
because you never know what's gonna happen with that watch, with that diamond watch market.
Yes.
Shout out Breitling. They know what's up.
So it's an investment when it's all original, and once you put
Yeah.
aftermarket parts.
Yeah,
There's a-
it's
there's
just
a-
because you
there's a-
got it and you could do
value.
that. You could do it.
And why does it lose value when you put stones on it? Although I kind of know the answer for this,
Yeah.
but
Is you're making holes in the watch, so there's no way back.
it's not even the diamonds. It's really just that
Yeah.
they're altering the actual metal.
Yeah, you're making holes in the watch to put the diamonds in it. It's not original. It's not It's not. It's not even about original, because there's a market for it, but it's not as big as this. Right? So I can grab. Oh, I have another one of these, all original. But look, I can grab this watch. Let's say if it's all iced out as well, and to ice it out and everything, probably $25,000, and like this is like 11 something 12. When you're gonna come back and sell it, or to me or to anyone, the jeweler is only gonna value on how fast he's gonna get rid of it and the current market situation. So during the pandemic, people were paying for an iced out Cartier $25,000, but that's not what it costs. It's just that the labor was through the roof for you to have people ice out your watches, because I was selling 20
was-
Cartiers a day.
Such of a backlog.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's how the price increased like that. But you sell it today and all you're getting is $10,000, depending if it has, it has many different, the carat weight and all that, 10, 12,000. And why? Because the watch costs $7,000 with no diamonds. Right? So I'm never going to pay for the labor. I'm just going to give you the watch money, which is already fucked up because it has holes, and I'm going to give you the diamond money.
All right, makes sense.
Question. I see that they melt chains that are iced out, or pendants because they have diamonds on it.
Yeah.
Do they do that for watches?
I've seen one thing. Actually, we melted some pendants this week. There was no content for it because it was on Monday. We melted
for Mondays.
some pendants that from some people that sent to make them a long time ago. They never picked it up, wasting time. So gotta get our money out of there, and that's what we did. But I've seen one instant, and I think I seen this on YouTube, on one of the watch guys' YouTube. I don't remember who it was, but I think that it was like a very expensive watch. I think it was a Patek, all gold Patek. And they took out the stones and then they soldered gold on it, and they made it look like original, how it was.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
It was a very expensive
Like
process.
a reverse engineering.
Yeah. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was in Roman Sharf's
I
channel,
think it was.
and I think they spend about $35,000. So think about a Cartier to put it back into thing. You could buy 10 Cartiers with the. So it's not worth it. It really has to. It depends on the watch.
And then, seriously, the last question. Let's not make this any long. So the value there, really, because there's a lot of aftermarket. There's a market for the aftermarket, like parts and all of that.
Yeah,
this,
but
that.
I'm not against
But
that.
No, I'm not saying that you're
Because
against
it's
that.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like, for example,
Preference.
this is what I recommend. If you want a bling on your watch, I recommend you buy an original watch, and we put an aftermarket bezel and a dial, and then you always have your original dial and bezel to put back, and you have your original watch, your original.
What I'm saying is that the biggest value here, basically, it's the Rolex movement or the Cartier movement. That's really what's holding the value of the watch, right?
I can't say that. It's a whole assembly, because
Obviously, there's some value in this. There's some value in everything. But where you're getting the most value out of this.
If
That's worth the most.
if so, let me ask you a question. If we pull apart a car, what's the most expensive part? What are you gonna get the most out of?
The engine, no?
The engine or the frame?
Right? I think maybe the engine, because the frame you got to pull it apart as well.
But it also depends on how the
Yeah.
engine is and all of that.
It'll probably be the engine block.
I think the engine is where you're gonna get the most, right? But even after selling it through parts in the car business, you're gonna get more, right? But
Mhm.
in this, you're not, because it's a whole assembly. It's a brand. It's like there's something behind this,
Mhm.
and I don't even know what to tell you. How do you build something like this, like a brand like this? Help me.
With time and hundreds and decades. Anyways,
That's probably what's gonna be next.
thank you for tuning in. As you can see, this was a different scenery today. Just wanted to bring something different to you.
Showing you guys a little bit of our knowledge besides real estate.
Yeah. Hope to see you on the next one. Again, remember to smash that subscribe button down there. Like the video. Watch our last video. Hopefully it's gonna be up here somewhere. And follow our Instagrams. There's multiple.
Check out
They're
the
gonna be below.
socials.
Yeah.
But I have a question before we end this.
What happened?
Would you rather rent your apartment or house and have this on your wrist, 50,000 on your wrist, or would you rather use those 50,000 and buy a $500,000 house with 3.5%? You could.
Let's
That's
let
a
the
question for the
viewers.
viewers,
Yeah,
bro.
let's let
Yeah.
the viewers answer.
I want you guys to comment that down below. I mean, it's fire, right?
First one in
But-
comments gets that watch.
Nah.
You damn nigga, you're gonna work like fucking forever.
All right. Goodbye.
Peace out.